When Elisha Joyce was 7 years old, her father, bodybuilder Benny Crawford, shut down his California gym and moved to Guam. Joyce remained on Guam until she was 18 when she graduated from Notre Dame High School.
We graduated from ND in like June, and then in July I was on an airplane. I turned 18 July 29th, and just short, like within the week after that, I was on a plane and I went to Gonzaga University in Spokane, Washington, and that's where I spent the next 5 years, with one of those years being abroad, because I did a study abroad in Italy, in Florence, my junior year of college.
Although she initially went into college wanting to major in biology with aspirations of becoming a dentist, after one course, she realized that maybe it wasn't her calling, so she ended up double majoring in sociology and political science. The 41-year-old says that it wasn't until she met her husband while attending college that she started to hone her skills in the kitchen.
I remember thinking, okay, I'm gonna woo this guy with something, and I just thought I have to learn to cook, because I knew culturally it was in me, and I had a pretty good palate from how I grew up. So I picked one thing, and I just started cooking, and I made a really good baked chicken. That was one of the first things I learned to make. And I remember he lived with a house full of guys, and I would bake this chicken and make rice and bring soy sauce over. And they would think I was the most amazing thing in the world.
It was then she realized food was a great connector.
If you make a really good dish, it makes people so happy, and that's the culture that I grew up with too. So I just started slowly teaching myself how to cook. I really taught myself to cook, picking one thing, wanting to do it really well, and then once I could specialize in that and I knew I had knocked it out of the park, I'd move on to something else.
Keeping to that philosophy over the years, it has made Joyce the cook she is today.
It's just something I love to do because, again, food is such a happy thing for people. It lightens the mood and it lightens the spirit, and so totally self-taught, and all for the goal of just, bringing people together.
Not many people know, but initially Joyce was looking to audition for the CBS show The Amazing Race with her best friend Dre.
I was actually looking for Amazing Race casting, and they weren't casting for The Amazing Race, and so I thought, well, let me look around. Let me see what the other stations have. Maybe there's a new show. Maybe there's something else we could do. So I landed at NBC, and I scroll down, and I see, are you a home cook that thinks you can beat the pros?
Of course, Joyce thought to herself, yes.
I just sent in an email. I just said, hey, here's who I am. I'm known as the quinoa queen here in Portland. I do some local TV. Here's some links to my spots. I have a food blog. Here's a photo of me. If I'm what you're looking for, give me a call.
2 hours later, she receives a phone call from one of the casting directors from NBC, and the ball started rolling from there.
When I saw it all put together and I saw how much they honored my home and my culture and truly my story, I was so blessed by that.
Using some of that Food Fighters prize money, Joyce and her family are on island, and for her, it is still so surreal.
We were on the beach the first few days. We got to see the sunsets, and the kids got to wake up and be in the water at like 9 a.m. every day.
The Joyce family heads back to Portland, Oregon on the 7th of January. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Jonah Goncharfris.